Opening statements set to begin tomorrow in former President Trump's bookkeeping/hush money trial. The president slamming the timing of the case on Truth Social, writing, quote, "This scam-rushed trial taking place in a 95% Democrat area is planned and coordinated witch hunt that could have been brought 8 years ago." Our next guest is skeptical Trump won't be getting a fair trial. Let's bring in Elliot Felig, a former state prosecutor who also worked in the Manhattan District Attorney's Office. Thanks so much for being with us.
Good morning.
Let's start with what we can expect tomorrow. Opening statements, prosecution and defense. How long do you expect that to go?
I think it'll take up less than the full day. Opening statements are a lot less juicy than summations. They're really supposed to be just the facts. So the prosecution is just supposed to present a preview of what the evidence is going to show. The defense doesn't even have to do an opening statement. They will. So the judge will try to rein it in. They always do, and say just the facts, just a preview of the evidence. That being said, though, the lawyers are always going to be setting up their case. So they're going to present the facts or their arguments with a particular slant to prepare the jury for what the jury's going to hear when the evidence actually comes in.
You know, I'm curious. I went to law school, been around lawyers much of my life. If I asked you, a lot of people say the trial is over once the jury is sworn in.
Right.
Meaning that shows the importance of voir dire, of picking the jury. Sure. But after that, opening, closing, cross-examination, what would you say, how would you kind of rank the most important parts of a trial?
The most important part, I think, is how the prosecution's case goes in. When we were trying cases in the Manhattan DA's office, we would come back to our office and say, how'd the case go in? That meant, how did it go in terms of did the witnesses do better or worse than expected? Did they get really bloodied on cross-examination? Did the jury seem focused on your exhibits? So how your case goes in can vary tremendously. You have that sense of confidence or less confidence at the end of when the people say the people rest. Well,
but do you feel like, and I'm focused on this because it's what we'll start with tomorrow, do opening statements really frame the jury's mind? I mean, as a prosecutor sitting there, is there a lot of weight for you on the first things I say here? And by the way, you've already said a lot to them in jury selection.
Right.
But the first things I say here really have a chance to frame this whole case.
For me, it was always about an overall strategy. So everything from the moment I started picking a jury through opening statement was, where is this going to end up? What are my vulnerabilities? How do I prep the jury for those vulnerabilities? What are my strong points? How do I prep them for the strong points? And so it's all part of, if they're doing their job correctly, an overall theme, an overall message. It's all been planned out.
That's interesting. You bring up theme, okay?
Yes.
Again, it's a trial, and you think it's all about evidence, but it's about helping people make what is often emotional decisions. What is the theme of both sides in this? So
it's an unusual case on so many levels, but for the defense, they're going to argue at the end that even if every single fact that the prosecution presented is accepted as truthful and fact, they're going to say it still doesn't make out a crime. That's why they have two lawyers on the jury. Defense, well, actually, both lawyers usually don't want lawyers on the jury. In this case, both sides consented to having two lawyers on the jury. That's unusual, and that's, for the defense, it's setting up their very technical defense that, hey, even if you accept all the facts as true, as presented by the prosecution, it still doesn't make out a crime.
And your hope is that those two lawyers then really swing weight in that jury room to guide the jury in a direction.
It's very risky, but the defense clearly is hoping that the lawyers on the jury are going to agree with that, and they're going to use their power of persuasion to then convince the other jurors.
And the theme of the prosecution?
The theme of the prosecution is that it was all planned, that it was a scheme to defraud. And they're going to say that from the day that they first made the plan of how they were going to describe these business records, it was all for the purpose of enabling another crime. That's how they get it to a felony.
All right. You said that you think opening statements will take not the full day tomorrow, perhaps half the day. What will happen after opening statements tomorrow?
So the prosecution has to call its first witness. We don't yet know who it is. Certainly Michael Cohen, if he's not the first, he's going to be among the first. And he's maybe one of the star witnesses for the prosecution, but a guy with a lot of baggage, a lot of vulnerability.
How long would direct go with Michael Cohen, you suspect?
I think less than a full day, but possibly a full day. And then comes the cross-examination, which is going to be the much more telling part. How does he do on cross? How does a guy with that much baggage do on cross-examination? Very curious to hear how that goes.
You'd expect that to start perhaps on day 2, cross-examination of Michael Cohen?
Yeah, or the second day of his testimony, yes.
Yeah. Well, that'll be fireworks, won't it? I mean, you would expect the cross-examination of Michael Cohen to be something else.
Look, it's a guy who has admitted to lying under oath on at least 2 occasions previously.
All right, there you go. That's good to set us up for what we're about to see over the next 2 days. Elliot, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.